Hello world, and how are you doing? Today I would like to talk a little bit about gaming because I've started doing the Dead Space series and having a lot of fun with that. I've only done 3 episodes. I will have to record some more soon. It's the work week, so it's really hard to get all that taken care of. I just wanted to talk a little bit about gaming and why I haven't played a lot of games. I mean, I haven't played a lot of games. In the past 13 some years, I have stuck mostly to World of Warcraft. Some of the reasons why I stuck it out so long with it was because a lot of my friends still play it. And we had a lot of fun together. We had a raid team and we did some really great stuff. It was a lot of fun. But I realized that it had made me very, how shall I say, in the context of gaming, it made me very complacent. I didn't try new games. I knew I had World of Warcraft, so when I was done working or whatever, or on weekends, whatever, I knew I would have World of Warcraft and I would play that. I would be farming on there. I would be leveling up new tunes and just, there was always something to do. And now I haven't played in a few months and I canceled my subscription. And I think this last expansion, Battle for Azeroth, it destroyed my soul. There wasn't enough engagement on many different levels. They did something that they should have done years ago and made this linear cinematic storyline where, you would do pieces, quests and stuff in the game. But then they had these really, really detailed, high-rendered cinematics, which were just lovely. They were beautiful. They're still awesome. I love watching them. They should have done that a long time ago. But I don't play World of Warcraft anymore. I used to say every time I'd quit for a few months, oh, I'm never going back, never going back. It kind of feels like it's true this time. If they can make it, improve it, whatever, but there's so many other games out there, especially now with the indie games that are being produced. Like they're mind-blowing how good some of these indie games are. A really great example is Life is Strange. I did not get to finish it. I finished, I think it was chapter 1. That's a really great game. It's very powerful. I thought it was a wonderful thing. And there's so many different types of games out there that are worth our time. And of course, we're always going to have those big major blockbuster sellers of games that are being released. And those are fine too. But, World of Warcraft was a time sink that made me complacent. And I stuck with that because it's hard to, elaborate or extrapolate on the real reasoning. A lot of different elements that contributed. I suffer from anxiety and depression, and it was almost like World of Warcraft was like a comfort crutch, a safe place for me to be when the world was terrible. The world's always kind of terrible in one way or another, but for the first few years, up until, I started playing, I first played in 2006, but then I stopped. I played like the free trial. And then 2007 is when I started to really get into it. And then 2008, I was all the way in. I was fully on board. And me and 2 other friends went to a GameStop for a midnight release of Wrath of the Lich King.
You shall be king.
Like the definitive World of Warcraft expansion, the one that many people have the opinion that that was the pinnacle of World of Warcraft. And I kind of feel the same. Some may argue that Legion was the new Wrath of the Lich King, or finally an expansion that was worthy. So just to organize this topic a little bit better, some of the reasons why I had stuck around for World of Warcraft for 13 years. The biggest one was a lot of my friends still played it. Some of them would come back, or go and come back later. Some left for good. Progression of the game for each expansion was still pretty fun for the most part. For every patch release, new raid, getting the new gear, the new content. It was always like, oh, okay. And the lore, one of the biggest probably the biggest thing that I loved about the Warcraft universe was the lore, the stories, the characters, the magic and the history and the struggles and the it was just, and the whole mythos of it all was really fascinating to me, and I really enjoyed that. I love world building, and so they had me hooked in. I mean, I was pretty sold on all of that. And then plus, because of the lore and my love for the game, I started kind of following other people online on
Following other people online.
I'm not a creeper. I'm not a creeper. I swear to God. But like Nobel on YouTube, he does a lot of lore videos, and I kind of started, I think, with him, and then eventually got introduced to Bellular, and then Taliesin and Evitel, all these YouTubers that mostly do World of Warcraft. So basically, the main thrust of this video is just I have kind of a regret and kind of not, because I had a lot of really great memories. I had a lot of really great time, met a lot of wonderful people through World of Warcraft. However, that was mostly the only game I played. There were a few here and there that I would try out or play a little bit, like Dragon's Age. That was awesome. Dragon's Age was like a next generation Baldur's Gate. It was wonderful. I had a lot of fun with that one. There's been a few others here and there that I would play. Borderlands, I guess Skyrim, but more or less, I never really involved myself in these games too long. I didn't finish a lot of them. I would play them for maybe the first half of their entire play duration, and I would give up, and a new patch would come out for WoW, and I would dump every other game I was playing. And so part of the reason why I am doing gaming on this channel is more for myself than anything else. I want to experience these older games like Dead Space, oh gosh, Dark Souls. I've never played Assassin's Creed. I recently got into GTA Online, which has been a blast, and is how old that game is, it still holds up. I mean, it's graphically, it's great. Gameplay is pretty solid. It feels good to play. I mean, you don't even have to have any objective or achievement or any plans to do anything. You log in, you just go cause hell. Just burn the shit out of everything, and or not, do whatever you want. I mean, that was kind of the beauty of the whole game. It's just, you could have fun while absolutely doing nothing productive. It's a great game. I apologize if I'm not making my points very concise. I have a headache and it's kicking my ass. Scramble brain.
Scramble.
It could be. Very well could be. Not the brightest bulb in the cookie jar. Oh, another reason why I was also very, 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 very like attached to World of Warcraft was the achievements. I was what you would call an achievement whore. Like, I had a great collection going, and I was very proud of it. And then just all these ridiculous mounts started coming out, and like got harder to get some of them, and it was, and not only just for mounts, but like for pets and rare items and achievements themselves. And it was an incredibly involved process that stole a lot of time away. I mean, shit, some of these achievements took longer than reading 2 or 3 books. I mean, over the whole span of time that it would take to get. Did that make sense? I think that made sense. I hope it made sense. But yeah, so now I am back to variety of gaming, I guess. I can't talk. My head is starting to get worse, so I'm sorry. I'm sure it's not the coronavirus. Scurvy? It's probably like the bubonic plague. And I have to thank the latest World of Warcraft expansion, Battle for Azeroth. I was a little bit hopeful that maybe, just give it time. Maybe the next patch, it's kind of just, oh, gotcha. It didn't. It left a bad taste in my mouth. The different dynamics of class abilities and talents, and it wasn't fun. I didn't enjoy it. I saw what they were going for, I think, and they did not execute it in a good way at all. I'm not mad. I'm not angry that it went the way it did. I'm more just disappointed that such a greatly passionate and loved IP from their community it felt like a kick, karate chop to the throat, really. Not a kick anywhere. Those get over quickly. A karate chop, like a, oop, shit, right here, like with the right angle, with enough pressure, like you can die. And they just were like that close from killing us all. I think that analogy got away from me. Going forward, I will be definitely doing some older games, playthroughs. And like I said, most of this, I mean, I want it to be fun for anyone who's watching. Obviously, I try to be entertaining. I would like to do it, though, mostly for myself because I've missed out on so many games. Me and my friends growing up, 4 of us neighbor kids, we were like hardcore into NES. Like we would get, I think most of us got Nintendo Power. I think at least 2 or 3 of us out of the 4. And we would compare notes, like Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest. That game was hard. I mean, we were, oh gosh, what, 10 to 12 years old or so. That one was hard. the Mega Man games, original, all the Super Mario, Legends of Zeldas, all of those. I mean, we feverishly played those games. They are such great, giant, awesome memories that I think all of us have from our childhoods or pre-teens and then onward, really. I mean, one of my favorite games when I was in high school was The Secret of Mana. That was a great game. Final Fantasy, in the States, I think, when it was released, it was Final Fantasy 3. The Kefka cult? That's 3, right? That story blew my mind. Like, the world ended, and you still had to continue the story. Like, that was mind-blowing to me. Loved it. I'm gone off on a tangent here. I apologize. A little bit. I don't really. All right, well, I'm going to probably end this now. I will see you guys soon in some other videos, I think. Gonna try to finish up Dead Space. It's got 12 chapters. I'm on chapter 2. So I'm gonna have to like speed run through. It's really hard to edit. Like over an hour of gameplay to 15 minutes or so. Anyway, I'll work on that. Making them shorter, making them better. Condensing the content. I'm looking at the wrong, I keep doing this. If it had like a red light here, I think that would help. Or maybe I'll just put a sticky note. That's a really dumb idea. Well, hope everybody is doing well, and I shall see you in the next video. Ciao.